Okay, let's go over a couple of different jigging styles. So we're going to drop our vertical jig down. And vertical jigging works best when you're vertical, so you want to try to keep your line straight up and down. It's a little bit easier on a kayak. On a boat, a lot of times you just need the driver to be driving and keeping the nose pointed in the right way and watching those lines to see how they're dropping. Not much current today, so it's not too bad. No wind either, so we're dropping pretty quickly. And your drop also varies by the type of lure that you're using, depending on the weight, and then if it's streamlined or if it's wide. If it's wide, it'll flutter. If it's streamlined like a knife, it'll just shoot straight down. I like more of the knife jigs because they get straight to the bottom, because that's mainly where I fish. Today we're going to be a little bit different because we're just going to try a few different styles. Now, depth is really dependent on the type of fish that you're after. A lot of the amberjacks, groupers, snappers are on the bottom, so you're going to work the bottom. I'm going to do just a regular vertical jig, speed jigging, and it's a up and reel, up and reel, up and reel, and what you're trying to do is create a walk the dog action. If you've ever thrown topwater, you'll see how it skirts back and forth by that sharp rod jerks. We're doing the same thing but up vertically, and that's what we're trying to do. Short pops, reel, short pops, reel, short pops, reel. So you just want to get that rhythm going, and then you could do it at different speeds. Like I could really whip it, and this is what you see on TV a lot, and this is the high-speed vertical jigging. Creates a really quick action. That jig is just wigging its way itself up. Okay, it's like an escaping bait fish. Second style is more like the old school style. It's more of a slower, you're jigging up, jigging up, jigging up. I mean, it's just a pull up, pull up, pull up. It's just kind of a smooth, but still a little bit jerky. You're just reeling. Same thing as that vertical jigging, but you're doing, a lot of times you can do high strokes. You can do a lot of little ones, just to get different kinds of actions on that bait. And I actually do this depending on if I'm having a tough bite. A lot of times I'll just do this just to change things up and see what they like. Everything varies. I mean, they want different things. Sometimes they want something quick moving, some things they want it slow, sometimes they want it small jerks, big jerks, you never know. So you just got to play with it. Okay, and the third way is just that speed reel it up. You can put a little bit of jerks on it, but what you're wanting to do is get that jig rocketing up to the top, just like a fleeing bait fish, and you're gonna rip it. I mean, you can basically just reeling as fast as you can. And this fourth one is a mixture. So I'm gonna work the whole water column. So you've got the stuff on the lower that I do a regular vertical jig, get it about a third way up, and then I just start ripping it through the top water column where you're gonna see more pelagics. So I'm just gonna start with a regular staccato of vertical jigging. Oh, had a hit. Sometimes that's not good. That could be a toothy critter just bit off my assist hook, but I can still feel the lure. Oh, there we go. I never got to the speed jigging part, but that's about the halfway column. Oh no. So very effective. This one, since I'm pretty sure was about halfway up, is one of the probably tuna bonita. Like I said, down on the bottom I'm expecting a grouper, snappers, amberjacks, all those species that would be sitting all on that bottom. That dude's running all over again. Nobody chasing him, so that's good. Very nice, good, clean water today. Now it looks like another tuna. Let him burn himself out a little bit. A lot of people get too crazy about getting this stuff in. Since I've got clarity so I can see that there's no sharks around, burn them out a little bit before you get them. And then the other thing I see a lot, more relevant to kayaks, on boats, yeah, the gaff comes into play, but even then, I prefer just to hand grab them, especially in the kayak, because we're only 6 inches over the edge, so it's not like a big deal just to flop them on the inside. This is a nice dude here. Just gonna get him worked and tired out. I can see my hook set's pretty good. And you see him rolling on his back. That's because he does not have the stamina. And once he breaches that surface, they're pretty much done. You can see how that hook set is right in that corner and solid. So he ain't going anywhere. Pooped out, you can grab it by the lure, which is fine. I also like to grab it by the tail, and that ensures he's not getting away. Turn him upside down, sometimes stabilizes him a bit. All right. Pop our bail open, clicker on, get some slack in here. And he wasn't going anywhere. Hook was buried. Now you do want to be prudent about grabbing your hand in there constantly. Keep an eye out, because barracudas and sharks a lot of times will just sit right underneath your kayak or boat, and if they see your hand just dropping in that water, they can't tell the difference and they'll go after it. So just be careful at that point. So I'll get them to the point where it's tired out and be able to snatch grab them, or grab that lure, haul them up, grab the tail, and then you're done. So I'm gonna bleed this guy out. Just put my fingers through there and just rip that cartilage open, and that'll release that blood just like that. And I use my well because I don't want to stick anything over the side that might bite me. And the Hobies have this perfect spot for bleeding out a fish. So I'm going to put this guy away, and then I'm going to do one more time this fourth option, which is speed jigging the bottom third and then ripping to the top. All right, vertical and then fast. Another Almaco. All right, let's try that again. Vertical jig and then speed jig. We're gonna try to hit that pull right in the middle at 200 to 150. So we're about 250. That should be in that 200 range. That jig feels weird. Oh, all good. Okay, so I'm gonna do all three types reel here real quick, but I'm gonna use my other camera so you get a different angle. I'm gonna tuck my arm on the rod under my arm and get that jig in motion. So check it out on my next camera.